Yeah. So we had to create some kind of a structure and distribute the responsibilities amongst the group leaders, and in turn they will form their own teams to do those things properly. So this is an initial idea. None of this is fixed in stone. This is an initial idea. We discussed this with amongst the group leaders. Everybody sort of agreed to do their own part. But I wanted to also open this for discussion amongst all of us, just so that you can give us some feedback in terms of what do you think about this thing. First, let me just explain this, what this means, right? So basically what we have done is we have taken, just like all, good companies do when they grow, you have to have many leaders taking responsibility for one big, target, right? So the first thing here, what we have done is we have split the stuff that we do into many smaller buckets. So for example, we've got onboarding. Onboarding is our biggest job. I hope you guys know what onboarding is. Onboarding is basically joining StepUp.One. Anybody who's joining StepUp.One is called onboarding. And then the aspect of training, this is something which is really taken a back seat, but we want to bring this back, the aspect of, so you make people join. Let me just create some thing, right? The pen or the laser pointer, yeah. So we start with onboarding, right? I hope you can see my pointer. So we start with onboarding. We then go to training. We have people to train on social media marketing and social selling. And today's class is going to be one such training classes. Then we want marketing, our own marketing, social media marketing for StepUp.One itself, marketing to new. So there are how many people we need to market to? We need to market to our clients. We need to market to our partners, and we need to market to our graduates, new graduates. So marketing is not just, getting more clients. Marketing is also making sure we get more graduates. Yeah. So that's marketing. Then comes hunting, which is what all of us are really getting very good at. I don't know how good we are in many of the other things, but hunting is something that we are really getting good. Hunting is the act of getting our clients, contacting our clients, conversations with our clients. It's not really closing. We are able to hunt properly, but there is this huge problem when it comes to closing. When I say closing is basically the ability to win a deal, right? We have a huge problem closing. We really hunt very well. We are doing really well, which is getting reflected in leaderboard, etc. But we are not really able to close. We are really, we make so many mistakes when it comes to the closing. Some people don't turn up for their client meetings, even though their client actually turn up, right? Some people don't know what to do, in those client meetings. So many of you don't know how to write a proper response. So this is what I call closing. Closing is going to be extremely important, right? And then comes executing. So executing is you have won the job, you've got the deal, you got the client, you got your money. Now you have to work. It is extraordinary, how so many people are not, they start off very well, they do a great job, and then they slack, right? The first month is extremely good, the second month is extremely good, and then slowly and steadily it keeps on going bad and worse and terrible, right? Many people think, oh, if you have won the deal, that's it, great, but no, if you don't execute your job properly, you will fail and your client will cancel your contract. It's obvious, right? We have lost so many. We lost one just 2-3 days back. So every time we lose somebody, I would like the execution team leader to announce that we have lost this client because we have been bad in the way we've been executing for this client, right? So we do all this hard work of onboarding, training, marketing, hunting, closing, and then working for 3 months, and then the 4th month the client doesn't want to work with us because they feel that the person is not doing the job, right? And finally, operating is basically bringing all of this together, right from onboarding to training and marketing. Is things happening correctly? How do we measure everything? How do we reward everybody? How do we make the payments on time? How do we calculate the payments? How do we so it's basically an overall role. I don't know why you want my control, Makram. You can, so you guys can use the chat room, to also say anything that you want. But I want to pause here. I want to ask a few questions. I mean, you can comment on the structure also. But mainly what I wanted to ask you is this, have we captured everything? Are we missing anything here? And any comments you might have about each one of these things. I have a detailed slide as well, but I don't mind, staying here for a few more minutes and getting your comments first. Yeah. Any comments, people? Somebody has to start. Usually, Burberry and Edie they are just dying to start and say something. So,
Yes, hello, Anis.
yes, John Marie.
Maybe I can start and say something because
Yes.
I've been following
and then everybody will jump in. Yes.
Yes, the way you have divided the task
Uh-huh.
is very awesome. And if as the top leaders, we have added the exact task, if we can taken up it serious, and though we don't have that enough skills or on most of the tasks that we are given, it's also another new challenge to learn specific things, because I know it doesn't mean that I can't maybe learn it also how to generate leads, but I understand it is to make something specific. We know that if he's executing his Jamari, Jamari maybe can have some assignment every day to learn about how to be the best job executor. I think this is what you meant when you were subdividing the task, but it doesn't mean that it can limit Jamari even to onboard if there is that chance. I think this is what I wanted to share now.
Yeah.
And we're taken up. I know myself, I've been busy trying to solve some of the things on my side, even sometimes hard to explain. But I know how I always try my best and maybe recover. This is what we can share the same objective with Edie. Always we hope to improve and do something greater. Yeah.
Absolutely. Any other comments? I think Bahana, you have joined on only phone, is it? Your thing is showing just phone. Yes. Yes, Kasi. Kasi, you want to say something? No, Kasi, you're not coming through clearly. Try again.
Is that now okay?
Still bad actually. Should I shut my let me shut my video and see if it better. Yeah, try to talk again, Kasi.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh yes, please. What I wanted to put across is a comment on like the way we are handling our clients, and also the way like that inability of us not being able to like win a job from the clients that we are contacting on HubSpot. Closing a deal is also becoming a challenge for us. By the moment that we also work on the issue of like maintaining the client that we are serving, we also have to understand that there's nothing that lasts forever. By the moment we are working, we have got a client. It does not mean that we have to like reduce our effort on hunting other potential clients outside there. Like we now forget like doing our like sending our connections on HubSpot or contacting various clients as we assigned to by StepUp. So I believe most of us, when we get a client, we also no longer care about the sending connections on HubSpot,
Yeah.
and we concentrate only on the client that we are serving. And yet we are not serving that client also appropriately. So I wanted like to highlight on that and like call upon the attention of my colleagues that we are supposed also to be able, once we've got a client, we also have to, that's the moment that we have to concentrate much on HubSpot and send as many connections as possible, so that we are able to, maybe by the one that we are able to also get enrolled by the other one that we've contacted on HubSpot. Two, it's like we on the issue of like closing deals, I think at least you need to have to on that for us, because most of us are not able to like set up a meeting. After setting up a meeting, you pitch to a client and you close that deal for that client. So it's if you look at the rate, like how many of us have been able to set up a meeting, and in the meeting he's the right person. He pitches in that meeting, he convinces the client, and he closes up that deal.
Yeah,
So
very true. No, Kasi, this is yeah. Yeah, thanks, Kasi. Thanks for both the points. I'm going to put you on mute, and you can unmute yourself. No, both points are very valid, Kasi. First point, when as soon as people get a client, they forget they have to hunt. I don't have a problem with that. If that is your ambition, that is your ambition, right? If you want to win one client and stay with one client for the rest of your life, so be it. But if you want to keep winning many clients, and if you want to become a leader, if you want to increase your both financial earning as well as your experience and leadership, then you will never stop. So I don't know why anybody here has to tell anybody that you should never stop hunting. If you stop hunting, you'll start earning. One day your client might close the deal, and you're left with nothing. So you need to be hunting for your next and the next and the next all the time. I don't know why this is like basics. Yeah. Raj, you can can I ask everybody to add your comment on the chat? It's the chat as well, so that we can keep going. The second point, Ruach, if you don't mind, add your comment on the chat, because we can save some time that way. The second point about closing, it is true. We have done so much of hard work, and now comes the time to close, and we miss so many things. I think this is something that we need to really work hard and make it happen. It is the most difficult job in the entire ecosystem. I was just explaining to the group leaders that all the jobs, onboarding, marketing, hunting can all be done, in an hour every day. If you set aside 1 hour every day, you can do onboarding, you can do marketing, you can do hunting. But closing is something that you can't set 1 hour. Closing happens 24/7 all the time, because closing starts when a client is asking, how can you help me, right? Closing doesn't start with the client meeting. It starts when a client is asking, tell me exactly how you will help me. So you have to come up with a proper response to the client, right? So closing, in my view, is the toughest job amongst all the jobs. It's really important that I tell this openly. It doesn't mean that the other leaders are any less than and I actually and the other problem with closing is you cannot be doing this job unless you have a certain level of skill set, right? So it is a very, very tricky one, and we are still discussing. Mohammad Hassan said he will be able to run with it, but we are still thinking how we can make this into a bigger team, because I do not think it is possible for any human to single-handedly do this.
Give us the skill set that one may require to have.
Oh, I don't know who spoke. Yeah, I'll stop here. Anybody else want to give a comment? Bahana, Edi, Esra, Augustine, Ahmed, Joel. What do you any ideas?
So,
questions, thoughts?
Hi, Anu.
Yes, Edi.
I think what you're saying is true, that there are jobs that we are supposed to understand, and like closing the deal. Of course, I've been joining a lot of meetings, understanding how you are implementing, like starting the meeting to the end. It's quite tricky though, and I would ask you if there is an opportunity you can train some of us on how to become skilled in terms of closing the deal. I'll appreciate, because we are here in the process of learning. Every day we are learning, and we want to learn more, because I believe for sustainability we need a lot of skills of such kind.
So Edi, I think that is going to be available to everybody. All our meetings are open. We never have closed meetings. Every client meeting, we want to invite everybody else, right? We want all of you to join our client meetings and learn and contribute. But what happens today is many of you join the meetings, but there is not really any chance for you to contribute. I don't know how to change it, right? So it is important that we want to give opportunity not for the leaders, but for everybody to be a part of all our client meetings. But the question is, you also need to come to the party. It's just by giving a chance doesn't mean that you're going to be able to do it, right? Let me read a quick comment. Ali says, I have a concern when it comes to closing. If it's better, we come up with a formal message which will go hand to hand with the questions being asked by most of the clients. I don't understand this, Ali. That's exactly what we want to do, right? I don't know whether it's a formal message. When you mean, what you mean by a formal message? We stick to a standard message, is it? It will be better. Are you saying it'll be better if we come up with a standard message, just a standard message, when the client is asking, a standard question? I hope you're asking that. I mean, we already have it, right? There are 3 ways you can help us. That is the standard message, But my preference, Ali, is that you don't send a standard message when the time comes to close. When the time comes to close, you do more research about the client, talk about his work, and specifically say how you're going to help him win, in this world. I think that is what I mean by closing. Again, closing is not attending the final meeting, guys. Please remember that. That is the last point. Okay. Closing is also the ability to keep connecting with the client again and telling the client to sign up. Client comes to a meeting and then don't sign up for a week, right? So it is also, so closing is everything until the client actually signs up and pay the money. The whole thing is closing. Ruach is saying, what I want to add now, we are facing some challenges from team leaders. When a client replies the message, no more discussion from them. Yeah, no, Ruach, you don't, I mean, definitely, this is a global problem. All of us know this. The team leaders are not able to help very clearly. That is visible to everybody. When the time comes, just look at the number of people. You guys are all there in one WhatsApp group or two WhatsApp group. I'm there in 10 WhatsApp groups. Every 10 minutes, somebody wants help. Every 10 minutes. Every 10 minutes, somebody is asking, here is a client reply, how can we respond? Every 10 minutes. We need a strong closing solution. Strong closing solution. Sorry, Bahana, go ahead. Bahana, your thing is only showing a mic. I don't know why. It doesn't show a video. Maybe you don't have a video in your... Yes, Bahana, go ahead. Hey, Bahana, can you hear us? Okay.
Well, thank you.
Today seems like a very bad reception day from Kakuma. Bahana, we are not able to hear you. Can you try again? I think Kasi also, we had a problem, but then he tried and he got it. And the others, if you don't mind putting things in chat, that will also be, useful. We can just keep covering back and forth. Yes,
Can you
Bahana.
hear me now, Anis?
Yes, finally.
Oh, fantastic. Great. Yeah, I just want to comment on the closing aspect. Something, I just have an idea. You said something very important. Everyone need to come to the party. But I just want to compliment on that. Can we give, a seat to the table of honor to team leaders, for example? What I mean, like, let's say when we have a client meeting, is there a way we can work on our pitch deck? And before every meeting, the team leader for that particular meeting, together with the team member, maybe we can give an opportunity to team leader to have a proactive role when Anis, you are doing the pitching, for example, so that at least the person has the chance to learn, has the chance to interact with the client and all these things. So my suggestion is, when we are doing the pitching, you can either start, Anis, we have the pitch deck, then we say, for example, Mohammed, Bahana, you'll cover these first 2 slides, 3 slides, and then from there, then you give it over to Anis to continue, for example. So the client might ask questions and you try to answer based on what you've talked about. So I think that way people will have a chance to also, be part of the discussions around the tables, rather than just, going, joining the party, because you can join the party and you leave dancing only. You've just danced, but didn't have the chance to network and even to break the bonds at the table of honor.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's a very, very good point, Wahana. I think we can even think of, joining our client meetings, 10 minutes early or 15 minutes early, and have a little bit of practice, by the team leader, so that, the reality, Bahana, is the team leader joins the meeting 15 minutes late. So it's really getting very difficult for him to, if you start a meeting that way, how you're going to pounce, right? So there is a lot of things that we need to work on, but I fully agree with that idea of yours, that we give a chance to the team leader for not just the first 2 slides, 3 slides. As long as the team leader is able to talk without interruption and do it, I think all of us should keep quiet, right? And because the authenticity of your pitch is more better than even a better pitch from me, because when a pitch comes from you, it's very authentic. Right? So I am all for that idea. We can start practicing that idea immediately. We'll start putting that idea in practice. I think the other problem that we need to solve is how to make sure that team leaders join the meeting and the team members join the meeting. Because it looks like our calendar system is not working. 90% of the people don't know how to use calendar, even after going through that a long time. We'll have to sort that. So yeah, yes, definitely, Bhana. We'll give a chance. This one is immediately implemented. So we will have the team leader and we'll have them, do the pitch for the first 10-15 minutes. Any other suggestions, guys? Muhammad, Jason, Joel, Isra, John Bosco, what do you guys think of this? What do you guys think of this, structure? Yes, Joel.
Yes, thank you so much. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Well, I just wanted to add on top of, just to echo what Bahana said on participation during the closing deal with the clients. Since we are still facing the challenges of people joining when we are trying to convince the client to join this, I think one thing that can encourage people not just to be joining, but also to participate fully and take some expertise on how to approach or convince our clients to close a deal. I was thinking one thing is to, let me say, for example, if we have 3 clients, potential clients down the line,
yeah,
and we are saying like, okay, we can have this meeting on this day, the other one after a week. And let me say, for example, we have 10 leaders. We can say, okay, for the first clients, let us point out Bahana to prepare himself, make sure that at least if he can't be able to cover everything during the closing meeting with the clients, he can have like 15 minutes starting the meeting, and then Anis can jump in or anyone can jump in. But for our clients, we can assign 2 leaders to do some research, background research about the clients and the work, so that once we join the meeting, one person can start and can be supported by the other leader, who, the 2 people who have been assigned for that client and that meeting, and then anyone can come in and add something, including you, Anis.
Yeah.
Because that way we will give opportunities and responsibilities and someone has to be accountable for that particular meeting. Let me say, for example, if I've been assigned to present and make sure that I chair that meeting, that means I have to do some background check on the clients. I have to know what are the preferences, how can I make sure I structure or prepare myself the PowerPoint presentation based on the clients and something that will suit him very well. So when I'll join the meeting, I'll be, make sure that I make sure the client can understand that I have an idea on what he's doing and convince him properly. And then that will be like a round table with the client, with the team leaders. So next meeting, it will be the next 2 people. After the other one, it will be the next 2 people, so that people can be used. And then I think with time, we don't need Anis to step in or if you are not able, if you're not feeling well, anyone can jump in, because we know how to prepare ourselves. And then the idea of joining 15 minutes before can also be useful, so that someone can just practice saying, okay, this is what I've found out, and this is how I'm planning to present it to the client. What do you think?
Yeah.
So if there is, if anyone has a contribution in insight to support, you can say, okay, consider also taking or connecting this, because it will be helpful for the clients. That was my thought on that. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I think it's a very, very good thing. So I'm, yeah.
Just want to compliment very quickly on what Joel had said.
Sure.
I think this is a very wonderful idea, but I just want to say that I think the first thing has to come from, I'm just trying to think, how can we make these, more exciting, more collaborative? Let's say when it comes to research, I would like to propose the team member to take the first, the first go, like to like do the first research first, because they are the ones who will be executing the job, and they need to better understand the client. So the team member, let's say maybe one day before the meeting, a team member goes on, does the research, and then come up with a first draft, the findings, what he's able to find. Who is this client? What are they doing? The same things we normally do in terms of a client research. And then share the draft with the team leader. The team leader now will have a look at it, do a second, research, and make sure he has all the input, and correct the team member, if need be, so that the team member is also able to grow and become also a team leader.
Yeah.
But at least the team member has given it a shot. He has come up with something good or bad.
Yeah.
He has tried his best. He has shared that with the team member. The team leader. The team leader now can complement, can enrich whatever the team member has come up with. And if the team leader also still don't understand, that's where now before the pitch, maybe he can, as he's preparing the pitch, the presentation, he can maybe liaise with you, do some,
Awesome.
post check, before the meeting. I think
Yes.
that way, I think that will at least, there is that that collaboration that
Yes.
everybody is
Absolutely.
coming in with his input,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic input. Mohammed Hassan, just give me 1 minute. I want to respond to Bahana. So Bahana and Joel, great input. So let me respond. I have two things to say. So we have, for a client meeting, right? Okay, there are two parts to this closing. Okay, there is a client meeting and there is a client communication or client messaging. Okay, there are two parts to this. Now, let me talk about client meeting. Okay, so for client meeting, let me appoint, the three of you, right? Mohammed Hassan, Joel Hangi, and Bahana. You will be the people responsible for pitching. I will invite all three of you for all the client meetings from now onwards. And you will be responsible for the initial pitch. And the pitch material is also standard material. Okay, I'm going to show you that material also. The second thing is, once you have done, I want to implement Bahana's idea, which is this. Bahana's idea is this one, right? Bahana. Second, bring the team leader and give them a chance. Like say Kasi, Jason, Patience, Westin, Susan. Bring them and give them a chance to pitch. Okay. So yes, let them be there. You guys set an example and let them follow. Okay. Third, I only come to answer questions and do something like screen sharing, etc. Just in case, things are not working, So let us do this, number one. Number two, Bahana, to your feedback, right? Let the team member do the research. I am telling, it is not working out. At least, the team member doing research, is, so far not worked out at all. It's been a, terrible failure in my view, but that doesn't mean we have to stop it. They have to do it. What I'm thinking, Bahana, is we need extraordinary research, for the client messaging, for the client pitch. Okay. The client pitch meeting. Okay. We don't need, we need research in everywhere, but client messaging needs serious research, right? So the first research will be done by the team member, right? First research will be done by the team member. The second research, so first research and tailored message will be done to it. Second research and tailored message will be done by the team leader. And the third, so if both fail, and I'm telling you, this is failing miserably all the time. The team leader is not able to do it. The team member is not able to do it. Okay. Third is the closing team. Third and final, third is the closing team comes in and helps with the message, which is basically you three, right? Now, this is the only place I need research, Bahana. For the pitch meeting, we have almost, finalized the deck. I'll just show you the deck. Is a very, clean deck with only 6 or 7 slides. How do we do marketing? How do we do selling with screenshots? You don't have access to anything. You don't need access to, Sales Navigator, nothing. The pitch meeting is precisely done, and it's like a bunch of 15 slides or something like that. Okay, so you can use the same pitch meeting to every new client, and you will do very well. You really don't need to do any research for the pitch meeting. What you need to do research is to bring the message properly, so that the client gives you the opportunity to a pitch meeting. Okay, yeah. I hope that is clear to you, Bahana and Joel. Yeah, now Mohammed, I know you've raised your hand. The floor is yours.
Yeah, no, thank you for all of that, Anas. So I want to make a couple of points. To start with, I want to say that we are inefficient. We waste way too much time talking and moving in circles, and I think that is something we really need to think seriously about. So even in this meeting now, we came in with agenda, but we are now approaching 1 hour on this issue. And I think, so that's the general comment. Coming to this issue of the closing, I think we are overcomplicating this. We say let people do research, let everybody, people don't even have internet connection sometimes, even now, to make one simple sentence. So I think when it comes to closing, it's 2 things. One is, as you said, I think the hard part is the messaging. I don't think this pitching is an issue at all. I think when it comes to that messaging, that's when people, come in 10 times a day. Mohammed, there is this guy said this. I think the team leaders should be able to make a judgment call from some of these messages. Someone, are they really interested? Are they trying to scam you? So I think we just need to think critically about how do we respond to these people when it comes to messaging. If we get them to show up for a meeting, that's already a plus. That's already a win for us. And I think for the messages, we can divide them into 3. Is the person being negative and scammy and fraudy and telling you to invest in cryptocurrency and all of that? There's no need to bring that message there. And I think the team leader can just step in. If the person is saying, they're showing enthusiasm, saying, tell me more, or I want to know more, then I think we can just write 2 to 3 sentences, highlighting what we can do for them. And the goal here is to tell them to book a meeting so that we can discuss this in depth and we can provide solutions for your problem. So I think that is where we need the team leaders to step up for the closing. And I think that can be hectic sometimes because, I also have, I'm doing day job and day study. So that can become a bit hectic when people are coming in with these messages 10 to 15 times, throughout the day, and you're being dragged at all sides. And I think we need more support when it comes to that messaging, especially for the team leaders to step up. It's a judgment call. It's very quick, it takes less than 5 minutes. Look at the LinkedIn invitation, the link, and just look at what the response from that the client is. And then I think from there on, once we go to the pitching itself, so I recently did a pitch by myself, and then Anas and the other people came in later towards the end. I think one positive thing, when we as the refugee graduates do the pitching, we give more value, we demonstrate. The guy was telling me, are you one of the people, the founder in the UK? And I'm one of the refugee graduates, and my colleagues have the same skills as me. He was already convinced just from talking with me, didn't even want to know that much more. So I think there's a lot of value and a lot of power having us to do some of the pitching and talking. And I think we need to also streamline that. I think I've said a lot, so let me just take a pause there.
No, I think it's a precise point you made. It's something that, this going around in circles is something that I really hate, but unfortunately, we need to, this talking in crisp and making progress is not something that I'm able to successfully do, at least, with us as a group. So yeah, just keep us in check whenever we are going in circles or waffling around for a long time. So coming back to the client messaging, I think this is very crucial. And what Mohammed is saying is, before even starting the research, the team member should basically qualify, is this even worth responding to? Qualify the client, because currently we are getting a lot of junk people, showing us some scam stuff, right? So the team member himself or herself should be able to do it. We don't need, the closing team to do this. And if the person can't do it, the team leader. So I think my biggest problem is, like you said, Mohammed, the team member and the team leader, I don't know, they are not able to, I don't know where the problem is coming. The team member is not even willing to send a message to his team leader one-on-one, right? And ask them to, so we need to have some kind of a mechanism where, they are able to send this message to their team leader. And once their team leader says, yeah, I think I'm not able to do it, or even after that, if he has done something, then it comes to the closing team to do the final help and put the message. But this is important. Every time the closing team is helping with the message, this is worth its weight in gold. The third one, yeah, the closing message is worth, and similarly the pitch is worth its weight in gold. So let's go with this for the time being and see, where it takes us. Any other comments, ideas so far on this? Okay.
I had a quick question before we move on. I think enough with the closing. What I wanted to understand was just looking at some of the other pillars, for example. And I think some of these are really crucial before we even come up to closing or all of that. And me, I'm really looking at training. Yeah. How are we doing that training and how does that go? Can you just give 1 minute to that? Yeah, go ahead.
So excellent. So training, it's going to be exactly the way we've been doing this, Muhammad. But it's going to be like this. So I'm preparing a brand new version of our training also, so that everybody is clear. So for example, each of the team leader will get something like this. This is their goal sheet. And how they're going to. So for example, onboard 1,000 graduates. Generate. So this is the goal sheet for Muhammad. This is the goal sheet for maybe Kisha or Bahana. So each one of you are going to have a goal sheet, and then what I'm going to do is this goal sheet is going to be linked to the actual training steps. So for example, this is something that I did for, I think, Kisha, and I've taught him this. I've taught him this. I know I'm going to go like this. So quickly coming to the thing here is where I'm actually writing the steps. For example, last class, whatever we did, right? If you remember, we did posting from trusted sources. Okay, so this is the social media marketing training steps. So what are the steps there, and how do you post from the trusted source? So identify keywords, classify the keywords, identify reliable sources, combine the keywords, add filters, combine the whole thing. Right? So all these 7 steps are for posting from other sources. Now today we're going to do posting from original content, and I'm going to create those steps here. I have not yet created the steps, and a few more smaller questions that Jason wanted this, so I have added. So all the learning steps, we're going to be putting it over here. So similarly, the learning step of social selling is going to be coming here. Social media research is going to be coming here. So basically, we are creating this re-skilling engine. All these 3 things are going to be coming here. We need to identify a leader for this as well, because some of you are really good in these things, and we can help with that, right? So that's how I'm going to go address this problem, Mohammed. Clear? Mohammed, is this clear?
Yeah, no, sounds good, Anas. Yeah, we're already 1 hour in, and I'm really excited to look at the marketing and also how to apply on what is it, Upwork? Yeah.
Absolutely. I think it's a both are intertwined. So I just wanted to come and have a look at that as well. So let me just quickly finish this. We talked about the structure, the closing and executing and operating. So this is how we are, and then we have a target for each structure. For example, onboarding, the target is 200 graduates per month. Okay, so we're going to measure whether Jason is able to successfully do this or not. And training, we are not really good at it right now. We have to see how to make it perfect. I don't even know how to maybe it is issuing some kind of a certificate at the end of SMM or social selling. We need to it's currently a problematic area for me, and we need to solve this area of training. Marketing is the least of my problems. Already Paul and his team are doing a phenomenal job, but we want to also measure the result of what Paul is doing. We want to do around 20 posts a month. We want to create 20,000 impressions and 10,000 engagements per month. So we want to measure this, and Paul will measure and report this every month. Similarly, Keisha will have a target of 30,000 clients every month and 3,000 connected. So Keisha will not be responsible for closing the job, but he will be responsible for making sure that he is able to source the client, distribute the client, and make the people work and measure and leaderboard. All those stuff will be done by Keisha, in the hunting space. And finally, closing. We talked a lot about closing because closing is a very, very tricky area. It will be done by Mohammed, Bahana, and Joel, and they will be responsible together for at least closing 20 jobs. Currently it says per month, but ideally 20 jobs per day at some point in time. But 20 jobs per month is what we are targeting, right now. Executing, we need to come here, and operating also, we need to precisely make our targets. So what we are trying to do here is we want precise targets per month for every one of the leader, and see if the leader is able to perform. If the leader is not able to perform, then I think it is only fair we give a chance to someone else who is able to come in and start doing the job and see. So this is what is the current plan of okay, and I've got some more details of what that means, etc., like what does onboarding entail, what is training entail. I'll share this sheet with you, and you guys can have a look at it. But let's go to the core of what we wanted to start today. We wanted to do this, right? But just before I do that, I also wanted to remind you of what we did last week, right? Because we spent so much time last week, and I still just had like maybe 10 of you started posting from trusted sources. I don't know how to make this happen with every single one of you. You have to start posting from trusted sources. It should be something that you do every day morning. It's such an easy thing, right? Identify your own keywords, right? Classify them into the same. So go through this. There is one more amazing learning that I was able to come with, because we worked for. So I want to share that learning with you. Okay, so this is the learning. Okay, take a look at this one. We worked for a client called Della Penna, and we realized one very simple thing. So can you see this one? Simple keywords and simple sources, or rather simple trusted sources. So if you look at it, the idea is about car racing. Okay, so it's about car racing and motor car racing for women. Now, the normal guys like World Economic Forum, Forbes, BBC, Times, they never, the once in a while, maybe once in 6 months, they will talk about car racing, right? Or IndyCar or motor car, whatever, right? Or never, they would never talk about it. So I am talking about this combination, okay? Simple keywords and simple sources, okay? So this is the first, thing that you should make. Then comes specific keywords and specific sources. Okay, I hope you can see the immediate change, right? Look at these words: IndyCar, Formula One, Firestone Racing. These are all sources or trusted sources that only does racing. Okay, so In specific sources where only racing happens, look at my keywords. I am searching for girls, women, or female. If any of these guys ever talk about girls racing or women racing or female racing, I want to pick it up. Is that clear, guys? And then I make the full string. I think this is a phenomenal discovery we made, while working with the for this client, myself, Martha and Mohammed, we were working. And this I did not teach in the last class. Last class, I said simple thing. I said, create a list of keywords, create a list of sources, combine them. That's all I said, correct? But this class I'm saying, because of some real life experience, we can actually do very, very amazing thing. Simple keywords and simple sources, specific keywords and specific sources. And then I have to add one more thing called super specific keywords and super specific sources. So what is super specific sources? There are certain, Twitter or certain sources like females in M Sport or girls on track UK or women's series racing. So these always talk about women in racing all the time. So I have to be careful. This keywords is not going to work. Women or female is not going to work. This is wrong. I need super specific keywords, right? To pick up the best post from these three, because they will always talk about women. They will always talk about motorsport. And therefore, I need keywords that are extremely specific to my agenda. Maybe engine, because I'm going to focus on engine, people who are, engineers or who are focused on, something like this, engine or engineers or, so I'm picking up something very core from this one. I think this is extremely important, guys. And then finally, hashtags for Delapenna. We said, women in motorsport, hashtag Delapenna, next gen foundation, something like that, 3 hashtags that they want to own, right? So is this, I know we are supposed to start the next one, but this is such a crucial learning. I want to spend, 5-10 minutes on this, it's so important. Can somebody, can't see screen? Oh my God. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes, you can see.
Yes.
Let me reshare it just in case, sometimes if they reshare it. Okay. Can somebody explain this? Maybe Mohammed or, Martha, if you're there, can you explain this one more time? Summarize this for everybody, because I think this is a crucial learning which I have learned in the last 1 week.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is compared to what we were teaching last week. I think this just drills down. So it's going from the general, the generic to the specific, and just trying to apply them. And you go down the tunnel, going down to the tunnel, and trying to be as specific as possible. I'm not sure I'm doing justice to your explanation, but maybe someone else can have a crack at this.
No, I
But
think
for me, it's self-explanatory. The way I see it, it's, yeah.
No, I'm glad you're saying it is self-explanatory, but even though it's such a simple thing, it's been 3 years we started it, this didn't occur to me, right? So I want to quickly, check with other Paul, some of the social media, Joel, Bahana. Do you understand this, guys? This is a very profound learning that I got just this week, because all this while I have simply put keywords, I have simply put sources, combined them both and searched for the best post. I never separated the keywords and sources in a very intelligent way, and that's what I have done today. I have been able to separate sources and keywords into 3 categories: simple sources, simple keywords; specific sources, specific keywords; super specific sources, and super specific thing. It's not easy. This is not easy, guys. If you think you understood this easily, then you're wrong. Please try again and challenge me on this. Have you got it?
Yes, Anish, I have a concern.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe to differentiate or to separate the simple keywords from the specific to go to the super. What are the mechanisms? Maybe you can take an example of, we can start with a case study. Maybe we take our own organization. How do we come up with this simple? How do we come up with a specific?
Okay.
How do we come up with a, yeah.
Oh, wow,
like
fantastic,
Maybe.
fantastic. Let's do that. Okay, so this is the keywords for Delapenna. Okay, we want the keywords for, StepUp.One, right? Let's do that very, very quickly. Okay, and you guys have to tell me how to do that. Okay, what are the generics? Generic sources will always remain the generic sources. Okay, so it will be at World Economic Forum. What else? From Forbes. These are all, they will never change, right, Kisha? The simple sources will never change. They will always remain the same. Correct, Kisha?
Okay.
UNHCR,
Yeah, UNHCR. No, UNHCR cannot be a simple source. Why? Can somebody explain why UNHCR cannot be a simple source?
Because it's refugees, it's specific.
Specific. It's I would even go super specific, but I will keep it specific this time. So BBC is general. Visual capitalist is general, definitely. This cap, I think, I'm not exactly sure about the thing, but this is all my simple keywords. So what are the simple keywords? Simple keywords for StepUp.One, guys. Come on, this is so super easy. What should we be searching for at the World Economic Forum or Forbes or CNN? What words should be searching for?
Refugee Re-Skilling.
Just the word refugee, okay? Because that's it. If any of these guys, because these guys will not talk about refugee all the time, correct?
Yes.
So we don't even need to go specific. With one word we can crack it. Okay. So for example, Jason, I hope you are there. If you remember, we started this exercise for Mr. Kevin, correct? So for Kevin, who's a plastic surgeon, what will be the one word amongst all these things, amongst all the generic sources? For a plastic surgeon who's getting into healthcare, what will be the single word? Because usually the simple keyword will be just one word. That's it. I don't think Jason is. Jason is here. So Jason, for Kevin, who's a plastic surgeon who wants to get into healthcare, the one word is healthcare. That's it. Right? So he will, anytime World Economic Forum or Times or CNN or Forbes tweet about or talk about healthcare, we would like Kevin to post it. Is that clear, Kevin, Jason?
Sure, that's clear.
Cool.
It's
okay.
Yeah.
Now let's see this action. So refugee and from all these places, right? So I'm going to make my the longer string, right? So I'm going to make, go ahead.
I'm on the phone, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. Okay. So those are the filters. We always have to use the filters, and this is a full search string, right? So let's see how this works. So I copy refugee because that's my starting point. And where should I search from? I should search from these places, from web, CNN, BBC, all these places, Times, everything. I'll just put it over here. And then my minimum favorites and media. Why am I putting this? So that I pick only stuff with so I got this, and I'm going to Twitter. That's where I do my search normally. I'm pasting it and I'm searching. Okay, that's it. Okay, look at this, right? It's got all the top ones published by CNN. Okay, and everybody else, obviously. Okay, but there is a problem with this. Never pick the top one, because that is, look at that, November 2018. Always pick the latest. When did this game happen? Oh, look at this. Just look at this. The World Economic Forum on the 17th of October, which is like 20 days ago or 10 days ago, has published this. I guarantee not a single one of you have posted something on this topic. I guarantee. right? Because you didn't know World Economic Forum published about Kakuma refugee camp in Kenya. I guarantee none of you picked it up. I picked it up in 20 seconds, right? So this is your lifeblood, this string. You will use this string to identify the top tweets, the top posts, top comments, and put your own ideas and thoughts on top of it, right? I will make this string, for you guys even much more longer with all types of sources, not just the World Economic Forum. So today, if you look at it, have a look. Forbes, CNN, again World Economic Forum, again World Economic Forum, CNN, what, like crazy amount of stuff. Okay, so this is Kisha, is it becoming clear what is a simple keyword? And so this is a simple keyword, this is a simple sources. I'll keep everything simple. Okay, and this is simple search string, simple search string. This is specific keywords. So what should be the specific keywords for StepUp.One or specific sources? Mohammed already started it. From at UNHCR. So UNHCR is a specific, correct? Come on, guys, tell me what else. What are the specific sources?
Do we want to look at maybe WFP and this kind of?
WFP.
They do food.
Yeah, maybe WFP as well. Yeah.
I think Film Aid is also another source.
Which one?
Film Aid.
Film Aid.
They work in Kenya in media.
I know Film Aid very well, but I'm okay. Yeah, we can call them a specific this thing. We can even, okay. We can keep going. We'll build this, guys. Together we'll build this out, properly.
I have also another question, Anas. When we look at those sources, specific sources, can we talk about the national newspaper in Kenya, for example? Would that be a specific source?
No. That will be a simple one. If the national newspaper in Kenya talks about refugee, it should go to the top. It should not be specific, because the national newspaper will. Yes, please. Keep asking. Don't take permission from me. Just keep asking questions. Yes,
no, I have a question. I'm just trying to understand these specific sources, and trying to combine. Trying to create a relationship with a specific keyword. Let's say reskilling. Reskilling is our specific keyword, I guess.
Yes, it is definitely. Yes, if any of these guys talk about reskilling, we should pick it up. But okay, let me ask you another question, Bahana.
That's why I'm asking what is the likelihood, the chances of these sources, like let's say WFP, FilmAid, UNHCR talking about reskilling.
Yeah, let's find it out. Just now we'll find it out. In 20 seconds, we're going to find it out.
Yes, I have also another input.
Yes, please.
Yeah, maybe I want to clarify on when it comes to keywords. Like, for example, I want to say social media selling or social media marketing. Is it also the keyword? Because
no.
I'm looking. Okay.
No, they are the job that we are doing. Yes, that's the job that we are doing, but it's not a cause. Like for example, the plastic surgeon does face surgery, okay, or nose surgery. He will not want to write about nose surgery.
How about social for good?
Social for good is very good. Who's this, Bahana?
Yes.
Those are campaigns. We're looking for campaigns.
Yeah. No, social for good is a very good title. I will definitely put it in quotes. Yeah. That's a specific keyword that we can track. I would track this social for good, not here. I will even track them here in the simple keyword. Because if anybody in Forbes talk about social for good, I want that. Okay. Reskilling is one. What other specific keywords can you think of? Specific keywords. You have to think about UNHCR, DRC, WFP, FilmAid, okay? Because You have to think about what will they post.
When I look at those specific sources, what they would post, and I'm interested in, if they talk about employment, I would be interested in that. If they talk about dignity, I would be interested to hear about those things.
Employment.
Yes.
But
Yes,
see,
Anis.
dignity is too small. Anyway, let's keep it. Reskilling, employment, dignity. Okay, 3 words. What else?
And what about empowerment?
Empower. See, you have to be careful, right? Nearly UNHCR will have empowerment, or somebody will have, you should not have like 10 posts every day. You're writing all these things to find the gem of a post, the pearl, the diamond. You don't want to post everything that UNHCR is posting. You understand? So you have to be careful about your keywords. Otherwise, empowerment will pick everything.
Yeah.
There will be Go ahead, guys. Keep talking.
How about security?
Security, no, because it's a very, very generic word. These guys will keep talking about that kind of thing all the time. Okay.
What about innovation?
Sorry, come on. Can you also put it in the chat channel, guys, please, if you don't mind? Yeah. Go ahead. Keep talking. Yeah, Mohammed.
Yeah. What about the health department, like IRC, who always do for facilitate the health department of the refugee?
IFC, is it? Okay. Wow, look at this, right? It's amazing. Reskilling my goodness, it just picked up 1 post actually. So this is really, there is only 1 post.
Yeah, I think that was my question, because I'm not sure that these guys really talk about, reskilling refugees, because we also don't need to forget, NGOs, like, the culture, the businesses model of NGOs.
Yeah.
And that's why they might not be talking about these things, reskilling refugees, employment of refugees, because normally Mohammed can attest this from mistaken. There's this issue of refugee employment, in camps. So nobody wants to talk about employing refugees because there is refugee exploitation. Nobody is employing refugees in a more dignified way. So it's very difficult for them to talk about refugee employment. So I'm just trying to put that, thinking, on the table.
No, Bahana, your thinking is super important, but we have to dig. We have to keep digging until we find those, such as these guys, New York City Association of Voice, who talks about reskilling. Our guys are appearing here, right? Oh, we are appearing all over. Okay, so we need to find those and we need to bring them up as our sources. Okay, so we shouldn't, let go.
And so I have a question, which is, because sometimes we're covering a niche topic that, we are the pioneers in that field. Can we be sources ourselves?
Sorry?
Do we become sources at some time eventually?
No. So we as a source is like, so basically everything that we post, you have to simply put your opinion and repost. It's like 101. That's anyway you're going to do. Okay. This one is just the latest and greatest from all over the other people. Our source has to be your number 1 source anyways. That's outside this thing. In fact,
I have a very quick technical question. Do we know our competitors? If we know them, can we try to see how they are doing their marketing?
Yes. That is where I'm going to come super specific keywords. So they are not really competitors. They all want to collaborate with us. TechFugees. Have you guys heard of them? TechFugees.
Yes.
They are really, really good. Their CEO got in touch with me recently. And he said, Anis, we should join hands together. Right? It's a decent sized organization.
Yeah.
All the people, he says we both should join together, blah, blah, So yeah, I'm all for all these kind of partnerships and everything, right? But somehow, like you said, right, it's all about finding that core value. See, what I find with many of our competitors, they keep meeting every every 3 months in nice places, talk a lot. But the focus like we have in terms of solving the problem inside the camp is something that nobody wants to talk about. Okay, they're all talking about, people who have come to the UK, people who have come to who've come to Germany. They want to skill them and they want to teach them coding, etc., etc. What we are doing, I tell you, I haven't been able to find one more person.
These guys are interested in building air conditioners in Kakuma, but they don't want to explore anything else. They want to make Kakuma the best camp, which is not what we want to do.
Yeah. So it's a very tricky one, and I would like to, these are good guys. I really like them, right? But their aim is very different. I had like 5 meetings with these guys already. So I will bring them here, from TechFugees, or you guys can research and tell me, who else are there. I haven't been able to come up with. So what should be the super specific keywords? So TechFugees, I already showed you. They talk about all these things, right? We have this event, and everything will have a refugee, word in them. So should we still search for reskilling, or should we search for? If we are going to search for the same word like this, then we can take TechFugees and put it over here. We don't need to, put them over here. So I think you get the idea, right, guys? I think, all of you get the idea right now. And the hashtags for StepUp. What is the hashtag for StepUp? Can anybody come up with a few? What is our hashtag, guys?
Reskilling itself could be a hashtag.
Yeah. This is what I'm coming with. Reskill refugees, employ refugees, and third one is digital marketing. So when we read this like this, right, in one shot, reskill, employ, digital marketing, it really sounds perfect. I felt these three we should post on every single post of ours. But remember, this is not good enough. Okay, these three things is not good enough. So we
have a question.
Yes, keep asking. Don't even wait. Keep interrupting and keep asking.
No, I just want to understand, maybe from other colleagues, the English speakers. Just want to know the difference between reskilling and upskilling.
Okay, let's see.
Can we use upskilling also? Upskilling, is it an appropriate keyword in this context of ours?
I think for us, it would be, when I see what we do, it's a reskilling people, giving people skills. When upskilling is upgrading existing skills, I think. Yeah,
that's correct. So for example, Bahana, if you were a pilot, okay, and all pilots have become robots, as in robots have taken over the job of pilots, then you reskill the pilots so that they can become some drone operators. Okay, that is called reskilling. Is the example nice, or it's a very bad example? So you take a pilot, his job is no more available because all pilot job has become robotic. So we reskill them and make them drone pilots. Okay, so that is reskilling. But if you take a pilot and you upskill him to become a space pilot, if you upskill him from, it's not space, that's the wrong word. Let's say he was pilot for 747, okay, which is a type of aircraft. You upskill him to become a 777 pilot, which is a better aircraft, a bigger aircraft. So that's the thing, one is moving from one to the other is just moving from one to above. Is that clear, Bhana?
That makes sense.
Okay, so
very clear.
Very clear. Good. Okay, meaning the example I took was not a great pilot, aircraft, nobody likes it. But I hope you also see this other hashtags. Okay, don't leave these other hashtags. So I talked about 3 hashtags that we will own. So anywhere in the world, if anybody searches for 3 hashtags, we want to rule the world. But these other things are also important. You see the one that I marked. Why is it important? I have put over here. Innovation has 39 million followers. Technology has 26 million followers. Digital marketing has 27 million followers. So I have listed why these hashtags are really important. Okay. And I have made the list over here. So all you have to do is, the first 3 is our big one. The next is the biggest in the world of hashtags. So I'm going to put it over here. Hashtags for StepUp.One. Every post you make on LinkedIn, I want you to have this entire stuff. Is that clear? Hashtags for StepUp.One. Right? You can do the same thing for your clients. For example, Mohammed, when you post for Delapena, the first 3 is theirs. Okay, let them come up with it or let them own it. But after that, innovation can be, refugees, no, for them. They're a car racing company. Innovation, yes. Technology, yes. Creativity, yes. Future, yes. Entrepreneurship, yes. Careers, yes. Markets, yes. Startups, yes. Maybe not social media. Economy, no, not. So you can pick the best ones amongst this for each one of your client. Is that clear, guys?
Sounds, yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, let's quickly check one last thing before we go. Oh, we already checked this reskilling employment. The reason why it is not coming very nicely. Okay, can you think of one more keyword that we want to pick? So UNHCR and DRC and NRC, they keep on posting every day, five things. But what keyword we want to pick from UNHCR, other than obviously reskilling?
Can you include access?
Access is very, very generic, no? I mean, we can try it, I don't mind having. It's very generic.
How about, I don't know, this is it appropriate? Refugee education?
We just need to put education, because we don't need to put education, because these guys only talk about refugees. So okay, let me see what comes if I put access, education, everything.
Education will produce a lot higher ed.
Yeah,
now focus on higher ed, yeah.
Yeah, education picks a lot, So education has come, access has come. I'm not sure about access, Keisha. I don't mind putting this. Sorry?
Anis?
Yes, please, Joel.
Sorry, I was thinking, I was thinking, I don't know if it's something that will make sense. My colleagues can correct me. On the keyword, we can also use pathway. I don't know if it's something making sense. But from what I'm just digesting.
Joel, don't ever, think. Just do it and see. Okay. So for example, I'm going to, show access. I really like education. So I'm going to put access. I'm going to show you. I have removed all keywords and I put only access. Okay. And I'm searching from UNHCR, DRC, NRC, everywhere. And look at the kind of posts that are coming. I don't think we want to post these things. Right. I don't want to put, these food distribution and, mostly it is what it is coming. Okay. So access is gone. You said pathway, right? So I'm searching on pathway. Yeah, there is some post, but
I don't think it's relevant.
Yeah, but honestly speaking, I really don't know, because you need to expand this refugee sources. It's very small here. I just picked up 1 or 2. So I don't know precisely whether it's good or bad, but pathway. So
there is this other keyword.
Yeah.
There is this other keyword. I'm not sure how relevant the content will be. Refugees lead.
Yeah, that's not a bad keyword, Bahana. So leader or leadership, leader, or let's try that, leadership. Sometimes you have to be, clever about the words also. You can use 2-3 words, leader, leadership, lead also. Let's see.
Let me put the hashtag. Let me put it on the chat.
See, the problem is it's confusing with so many things. So I'm going to remove everything and keep only leader. Oh, wow. leadership or leader has 0 from units here. That's really not nice. Yes, really.
I've put something on the chat.
Yeah, it's really surprising actually. Refugees lead. See, don't think in terms of hashtag, Bahara. You're always thinking in terms of hashtags. Here you should think about words, because they will not use the word refugees lead as a hashtag, unless it's a very famous hashtag. So this is just for lead, learn and lead. I don't think, lead is a bad one. Huh? Lead is a good one in my view. In my view, lead is a good one. Leader, leader, leadership, even lead is a good one. I think you get the idea, guys. I think you get the idea. So for every one of our client, we need to go crazy about, super specific. I mean, see, even with this simple, you would have already satisfied 90% of our client with just simple. But the problem with simple is you will get one post every 2 weeks. Okay, that's life. Every 2 weeks, you'll get one post. So you need the specific. This you will get one or two every week. And this you will get one every day. Okay, so that's the whole idea of this whole thing. Okay, now I think we have discussed this too much. Like I said, let's come back to the steps for the creating stuff, right? So creating things, in my view, is really easy. And please use Canva to do your creation stuff. So I'm going to just show you a few that Muhammad and Martha has been working on. So you guys have seen what Paul and Susan has been working on this thing, right? So it's pretty simple. Go to create a design. Okay, click on create a design. The safest one I will say is this Instagram post. Okay. Because it's 1080 by 1080, which means, every social media will accept this 1080 by 1080. Okay. People say, no, let's go to Facebook post and,
And
so
sorry, I'm not able to see anything on your screen. I don't know if it's everybody.
Oh, let me reshare it again. Can you see it now?
It's still loading on my side. I don't know. Yeah, now I can see.
What about others? Can you see?
Yes.
Okay, so click on create a design. I hope you can see create a design. You can create everything, on planet Earth over here. So for example, Jason, you can create a LinkedIn banner. Exactly, it will create a LinkedIn banner, 2000 by 600, right? That is what is the size for creating a LinkedIn banner. But today we are going to just, examine post. So if you're working for a client only posting LinkedIn, then do LinkedIn post. Okay. But if you're working for a client where you have to do all 4 or all 3, then go for the Instagram, because Instagram is the perfect one. 1080 by 1080 is the perfect thing. So select it. You will get your, drawing board. This is a board in which you have to draw your entire post, or, create it. Sometimes it's just nice to, try from scratch. Okay. Sometimes it's okay to just go to the template and pick up, a template, and do it. I don't know which way is the right way to, teach you, but let's say the template is so easy that, say for example, we want to create a post celebrating the job wins of all of our people. Okay, so we just won 5 jobs, from one of our clients, and we want to, celebrate that, right? So I just put this one. It took me like 20 seconds to do this, right? I just dragged it and dropped it like this. Then obviously I want to put the people who won those jobs. Okay, so let's say Janine won the job. Okay, Elmi won the job. So look, can you see what I'm doing? That's all I'm doing. Just dragging and dropping. Can you see? That's it, finished. My work is done. And then you say, congratulations to all the graduates who won their new jobs. Yeah, that's it. Ready to post immediately. You can just add some animation if you want, like this, like that, like this. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you don't need animation, or you can do it without animation or with animation, or yeah. I mean, it's all fine, right? What do you think? I like it. I like the animations. Is really making it a little bit come alive. Yeah, I like this one. Let's say this. Okay. And yeah, voila, finished. So this is the thing. And if you want to write their names here, because it's always nice to put people's names as well, isn't it? So you can just write their names, which is just add a text, and that's it. Just come here and add a text. I hope you get it, right? It's not like rocket science. So typically what I will also do, okay, I think this is very important to teach, so I'll just teach that. Always you must have your client's logo and your client's tagline. So what is our logo and what is our tagline? Our logo will definitely be somewhere here. If it is not there, you'll upload it. So these are all different logos of different clients. You can drag it and just be careful, because we don't want the logo to come up like that. So obviously logo has to be small, and it's better if it is on the top right hand corner like this, right? Nice and small. And you see how this logo is completely messing with the background, right? Because this logo is not transparent, right? So most of you will not have Canva Pro. So you need to, use some software to make them transparent. You ask your client, to give you a transparent logo. But I have Canva Pro, so I can just click on edit image and click on background remover, and it will immediately remove the background, right? If you want to do the same thing, okay, take the image. Oh boy. Yeah, take the image and go to remove.bg. See, look at the difference between the previous and this one. As soon as the background is removed, look how professional this one looks. Can you see it, guys? It's a massive difference with the white background and without the white background. Can you see how beautiful this has become suddenly? Is that clear, guys? Right? Or for some client, that Paul is working on, we thought we can just simply put a, not this way. So when something gets attached to the background image, just detach it like this. And then you can even, bring them like this. I don't know. What do you think of this? This style, it brings the entire name of the client, tagline of the client, unleash the leader, everything comes inside in one shot. What I don't like about this is this and the background color is jarring. So if I want to change the entire background color to yellow, I can't change the background color of this. Let's say if I say edit image and remove background, it will look terrible. I'll show you how bad it will look, because it is not a very clean image, so it will look bad. Or rather, it doesn't look anything actually. It is really bad. So I just remove this background remover thing. Okay, I keep it like this. Instead of changing the color of this, I'll change the color of the background here. So click on this background, click on this color, and here it shows you all the photo colors, okay, or the logo colors. No, it's not a good color. No, none of them are good colors. I don't know what is wrong with this. No. Ideally, it should be this two colors should just merge with each other, right? I don't know if it is possible to. Yeah, anyway, don't worry about it. I think now it looks slightly better than the past, right? So yeah, so this is how you make your thing. And click on this notes button and use this notes button to keep your written stuff. Say, for example, your keywords, your hashtags, and your post content, right? So these are my keywords, and let's say this is my just finished. Let's say this is my content. Okay, so this is my post content, and this is my post hashtag. Just Control A, Control C, so that you can copy everything. And then right from Canva, you can post. Click. Let's say you are supposed to post this to LinkedIn or wherever, Twitter, whatever. Click on Twitter and choose the account. So let's say it won't connect, so you can connect a new account, right? So authorize Canva to connect to this Twitter account, or it will ask you to log in. So you can log in and authorize. Once you're authorized, it will come here. Then once you have selected that, okay, you have selected this account, come here, Control A, Control C, publish. You can also schedule it. I think I'm not sure whether scheduling is available. So publish it right here. And how do you want to publish it? As a video. You can also publish it as a picture. But we have created some animation, so it'll be nice to have it as a video. Click it as a video, and then paste all the stuff. Just finish the interesting, this whole thing. Obviously, this is Twitter. That's why you can't put so much of stuff. So delete everything and bring it down to the basic stuff that you can put, and then you can publish now. If you click this button, it'll take this and go to Twitter and publish it in one shot. Questions? I mean, can't get easier than this. Or was it too fast? Did I go really fast? And Jason, Muhammad, you guys have to really work on these things, right? So any questions, guys? Yes,
hello,
Kadir.
Anas.
Yes, Kadir.
Hi, sir. I wanted to know how did you change the background?
This background? Oh, just here. Click here on the top. You see the top left-hand side. There is a thing called this one. Photorize this one here. Yeah. So click on the color, and then click anywhere. The background will keep changing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, I mean, it's not the best post. I don't like this post because, it's like this is standing out like this. I hate anything standing out like that. I want let's say, we have to do this with our own thing. So I'll bring the StepUp.One logo. You see, like this. StepUp.One will be here or here. I don't know, where is the best place, or even in the center. This color, I don't like this color. So I'll change this to maybe black. Yeah. Wow, look at that. I mean, this is so amazing, actually. What do you think? Should I just show you, publish and show you? But anyway, that's okay. You can just publish and see.
You change the font, the color of the font.
Which one? The bottom of the thing? This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a bit funny font, right? Breathing font. So just click on it. Click on breathing. I always like this Norwester, or this Poppins is very good. I really like this Poppins, or even Poppins Light. All these are really good fonts. So you can choose. Norwester is my favorite, but it feels a bit robotic. So Poppins is always, nice and clean. Poppins bold. You like this one?
Yeah, looks good.
And look at this, right? Initially when I was doing this thing, my design was really bad. Typically what I will do, right, when a black background is there, I will choose like serious white, like hitting on your eye kind of a white. This is how I would choose, because I always preferred function, that people should be able to read. But then I learned from people like many people here on this call that it's very important to keep things very subtle. So then I learned, okay, something like this, you see, is not glaring on your eye. It's so subtle. So subtle is very important. Keeping the font and, nothing should scream on your eyes. This is so subtle and clean. And when you play it, it will be beautiful. That's it. So again, it's always nice to pick up a template and do it. You can also do it from scratch. It's really not a big deal to do it from scratch. You can search for, let's say, new job, or I don't know. Yeah. Join our team, meet. Yeah, this is some new job announcement. New team member. Right? Like, okay, that's it. New team member, upload. Where's the person who's joined as a new team member? Let's say, she's joined as a new team member. No. It's a bit funny. This one is a little funny. It's not working easily. But you should just simply should go inside, actually. Some problem with this one anyway. Yeah. This photo needs to be replaced and this thing needs to be replaced, and voila, that's it. So this is something that, let's say, Mohammed and, not this one, right? We did, right, Mohammed? I think, so we are going to introduce some panelists. So we thought, we'll do this for a client. I don't know what you guys think of this. The photo looks a bit funny, but just have a look at it. The client's photo. This is the panelist. She's a car race driver. This is the client's big thing, and the foundation, whatever, and then that's it. I mean, it looks decent to me. It's a bit over the top. You can find all these pictures in Google or something, where you search for these, So we search for Michelle Abat and we find this picture. This is one. This is the other lady. The problem with this one, I think, Martha, you might want to tell Mohammed. So look at this, right? Just take this one. This one is already, transparent. Martha couldn't make it transparent. Look at this, This one is looking bad. And this picture is too grainy. So we should be careful, right? And look at, it's all over the place. It's not right. Yeah, even this is very grainy. Very grainy. Very grainy. So you should pick a post picture, like for example, this girl, let me do it. Her name is Kelsey Rowland, right? So I go to, Google Images, maybe. So this is Kelsey Rowland. You have to be careful, to pick up the right Kelsey Rowland. Otherwise, Kelsey Rowland, the motor cars, right? So I don't know why this lady doesn't have many pictures, but surprising, actually. Yeah, we have to find the right picture, right? And put it over there in this one. This picture is pretty bad. This picture is not acceptable. This picture is too grainy. And same for this one. This is also very grainy. Lindsay Brewer. Oh boy. I don't think, so it's important to type the right keyword and, get the right people, in the thing. But I can tell you, I'm a very poor designer, but after Canva, it's like life has become so easy to do stuff. You can do this in like 10 seconds. You can do a quick design and it's still very good, right? So master Canva, and you can even publish directly to Facebook, publish directly, and you can even publish this to the client's Facebook, okay? Not just your Facebook, client's Facebook. So this is how you create the post itself, the design for the post. Any questions, people? I mean, it's not, I mean, I don't think, I don't know how to explain this in steps, but we will figure out a way. It's a thing that you need to do. What do you want to do? Identify the template. Let's say it's a birthday celebration. I think I saw Keisha putting, it's my birthday today. And I remember, let me just look for his birthday. I think I saw, it was not our Keisha Moridi, it was someone else. So it's my birthday today, something like that, there was a post. So instead of putting a post like that, you can actually select, something like this very quickly. Like this. Happy birthday, or, one of these birthday things. And post, it's really fun, guys. I think I don't know how to make this, nicer, but it is so much more fun to explore and do, and this will not come without practice and little bit of thing. This is not something that you can teach, but what I can tell you is pick the right template, pick the right pictures, right? Upload those right pictures, whatever it is, right? Then just play with styles and play with ideas, and so you can change the styles, and right, and you'll know. I mean, your eyes will tell what is the right thing to do. Any questions, team?
Yes, Anis.
Yes, Kisha.
I think you've tried to show us how to come up with a media for the post.
Yeah.
I don't know if there is a best tact to select the text content from a long article, like the client has given you the website or whichever article, and then we need to be extracting a small content that summarize it all, and then put it as a text content. I don't know if there is a way that we can come up with that. Yeah.
No, absolutely. I think that's what is another form of original content. It is basically not original content. It is basically, okay, let's say, let me just show you what Keisha is saying. So let's say there is a nice little article from the give me a topic, right? So let's say, let me say refugee reskilling. Okay, so this is the client word. Okay, and there is let's say there is an article in Forbes. Yeah. So why retraining? Yeah. And whatever, right? Just imagine, even this guy is our client, by the way, Ulrich Jules Christensen. So Bahana, this guy is, I think, Khurram's boss. So, so let's take this. Okay. You can take this, and then you have to read this article. Okay. And then the way to do that is you have to read this article and then simply say, okay, why retraining, this thing. You have to, when you're creating a post, there are two parts to the post, right? The first part is the design. So create the design, go for the Instagram post. And then this article is about skill, right? So let me say if I find some template for skill. You can even put this one or this, right? And then put this. Something like this. What I'm saying, Kisha, just put 5. What I'm saying, Kisha, is even this is a good one. Okay, I know it's not the right template I've chosen. The way you should work on this is your graphic, right? Let's say there are 5, typically client will ask you to do this thing, right? Post 5 things for this wide retraining and reskilling, there will be some 5 points. If you read this whole thing, there will be some 5 different points that Ulrich has raised. Okay, so what the client most of the time, something tip 1, okay, introduce pre-boarding. Tip 2, dedicated onboarding. Tip 3. So there are 3 tips. Okay, so let's say that is what you want to do. Don't bring the tip into the design. Okay, many people do that mistake. In fact, Paul did that mistake and we corrected it. So basically bring that here into the post. Okay, bring it into the content of the post, not into the, so don't start writing these tips inside here. It will be too I think use only the topic, or you can just say 3 tips as to why retraining and reskilling must be a part of climate refugee debate. That's it. Tip 1, tip 2, tip 3, and then hashtags. Bam. Then right click, schedule, or post on Facebook. That's it. Come here, Control C this whole thing, Control V, post. Is this clear, Kisha? How you should go about reading an article and creating a graphic. Never put the content of the graphic. Okay, I'll show you some examples. I know Paul will not like me showing these examples, but let me show him anyways. Yeah, no, I think yeah, look at this. So this is an example that Paul did. So can you tell me what is a mistake in this? I mean, sorry, I think it is something that I did, I think, and I made the mistake, and Paul continued to do the same mistake. What's the problem with this post?
Yeah, I think we have highlighted the main points in the post.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong in highlighting, but I didn't realize it. I have a huge monitor, and when I read this, I have no problem. When we sent it to the client opened this in a small mobile phone, and she said she can't read anything. Yes, Bahana. So what should you do? What should you do? How to change this post?
No, I think my contribution is going to be a little bit controversial, maybe outside of the scope, because for me, I think it all depends with the objective of the client. Let's say if, for example, the client want to drive more lead to the to the blog post or the website where these content are located, it's important not to give everything to the readers. Maybe just have one thing, or maybe like just like you explain, like maybe three ways why communication is impactful, for example, and then that will prompt the readers to go and look, and then you put the call to action, and then the reader will go and learn more about those ways communication is effective. That's number one.
Exactly. Especially you guys should have lots of things, top 5, top 10, top 3. This thing is always going to keep on coming all the time. Okay, so have this thing ready in your thing, because it's just going to happen all the time. Okay, so for example, create another page. Same thing that what this guy has said. You can say using another one, right? So something, always tease them with this. Okay, don't not, like Bahana says, don't give the entire content. What is impactful communication? That's it. Or you can say learn the 5 important things about impactful communication. So you tease them with your post and not expose the entire thing, in one sentence. But everything that Paul has written over here, put them in the notes here. So it's not like, you want them to come to your website. You first let the guy read the top 5. If he's still interested, he'll come to your website. Any comments, like for example, the top sources, Bahana and Joel, I think, we said it's easy for us to make one for StepUp and give it to everybody. And then we can use the same kind of a thing and expand our thing and keep posting. Similar to that, can you guys think of an idea which we can do every day or every week, 1 or 2 such posts, original posts, something that we keep doing every week, but something that is original? One idea is what Keisha told me, right? Take an article and put a post about that article. Your original post. Keisha said that just now. Take an article and say top 5 skills for 2030. Okay. So every week you put a new article, but you don't try to make people go towards that article. You basically put the content of the article in your post, right? So you see the difference, guys. I hope you guys see the difference between posting other people's content with some comment vis-a-vis posting other people's content with original content. Is that clear, guys? Or too difficult to understand? Okay, think of can you think of anything that we can do as a practice, as a team? Something that we can practice this skill of creating original content. No? We can do that actually. So, we can talk about skill basically, right? So top 10 skills. Any
How
type
about
go ahead.
yeah. No, how about maybe I'm not sure whether this is relevant, like having maybe a weekly, 1 week or once a week or twice, a quote that is related to what you're doing, reskilling, employment, refugees, an inspirational quote.
Yeah, that's too easy for me, Bahana. I mean, yeah, I understand you can start that with your teams, but your clients are not going to give you such easy job. Your clients are going to give you, healthcare. For example, Kevin is going to ask Jason to create.
No, I thought it was for StepUp.
No. Whatever we are going to do for StepUp has to prepare you for your work with your client, doesn't it? I don't want you to do something silly for StepUp that might not be useful for your clients. So I agree with you. Instead of quotes, I'm thinking, we can basically search for the best article. Let's say top skills or skills. Okay. Right. And then what we could do is, say top 10 skills, top 10 future skills, right? So look at this. These are the top 10 skills. This is a post. Now, all of you could actually, try to create a post on this top 10 skills. So this is the top 10 skills, okay? Analytical thinking. So this is the top 10. You see? Can you guys see? So this is the top 10 skills, but Is this a good way to put it? Is this a good way to put it? I don't think so. I don't think this is a good way to put the skills, so you can think of better ways to you can even create 10 different posts for just this one thing. I think Muhammad, Joel, you guys should try it. This one is a challenging assignment for people like you. You should take this simple one page and create 10 different posts or 11 different posts. The first post should be, did you know the top 10 skills as researched by the World Economic Forum? That's the first post. In that, you should only give the top 10 skills of 2025. You should not have any words. Then you should create 10 different posts, one by one, which keeps on posting every week. Analytical thinking and innovation. So you write 3-4 lines about analytical thinking and innovation. So you introduce each one of them. So this is how rich suddenly you can get just by this one simple report. And each of you could choose a report like this and blast it out. I mean, I'm telling you, this will be super. This is when you do this for your own for your own self, and when you show it to your client, this is what I've done for me. Is this what similar you wanted for you? That's it. You don't need anything. Your client will say, boss, this is precisely what I want. Instead of skill, it will be healthcare. Instead of healthcare, it will be education. But this is, so your profile should be the sample for your own client. Paul and Susan has the responsibility to do for StepUp.One. I do not want any of you to, have that responsibility. You do it for your own self. Right? And StepUp.One will retweet everything that you do. So Jason is saying, professional banner. Jason, professional banner is the easiest of everything. So create a design. My only thing is, in the banner thing, what I'll say, Jason, is it needs to be really subtle as possible. Okay. Yeah, there are all these great examples which are here, but because you're working for, let's say for Kevin, who's such a, he wants to be a healthcare CEO, you have to be careful how you select, the thing, right? Health. Yeah, it needs to be really, yeah, we have to be careful how you select it. But if you look at what Bahana had done for some of these things, you can basically play with some of these things actually. Even this you can put. I don't like this one, but it's quite okay. You can show a few of these, to your client. Right? So, something will come here. This is also a nice one for Kevin. Just it's just taste. That's all. This is a good one for architects. But you need somebody for healthcare. Something for healthcare. I mean, medicine, medical. I don't think these guys have got something nice for medical. Let me put business. Yeah, business is not a bad thing actually. Yeah. Business. Yeah, it requires a little bit of work. You can even put like this and put next gen healthcare, something like this. Yeah, Jason, I know I'm not being very helpful to you today, but you have to just keep pushing it, and you did a fantastic job of so Jason actually went and created the top 10 healthcare executives LinkedIn. It's amazing how bad many of their profiles are. So look at this. So this is the this is okay, no, Jason? This one is good. The CEO of AT&T. This is the CEO of Amerisource, CVS Health, Johnson & Johnson. This is all actually very nice. The more we learn, the more we wonder. This is actually good, Jason. This one. You can copy this one, because I like the minimalist approach in this one. Are you with me, Jason?
Yes,
this is not good.
Yes.
This is not good. So this one is very good, by the way, but you have to be careful in this kind of a thing. I like Bill Gates. If you look at Bill Gates thing, it will be something like this. Yeah, I don't like any of these other things. I like this one, okay, because it is a telecom company. I like the more we learn. Now this one is good. If you ask me, Kevin will love this. The more we learn, the more we wonder. So it's easy to create something like this. Correct? It's really easy to create something like that. Just, you call this minimalist. Like minimalist design, right?
That's okay. I'll try to work again on this and see you're over this weekend.
Yeah. But it should be really fast. You should do like 5, 6, 7 of them actually. Okay. So look at this, the minimalist. I already got 2, which I think you will love. This one and this one, and maybe even this one. So they are very nice, different. Get a healthcare quote and put it over here. Dream it, then do it. It has to be something else. It has to be a healthcare quote. Similarly, you're free to be different. So this also can be a healthcare quote. Same here, right? I like all these things. Look at these 4 different things in 4 corners, and the middle got something. So play like this, Jason. There is no one way to get anything done. Okay. Okay. I think that's pretty much it, guys. I'm not feeling that great today, but let's. I think it's good learning, but if you don't put our learning to practice, nothing is going to happen. So I wish you all the best. Let's crack the social media marketing, guys. I think as a team we need to crack the social media marketing. You have to learn, and you have to teach your friends, your team members as well. All right, so till next week, bye from me.
Yeah, just don't forget to share the link of the recording. Yeah, some of us need to go through it again.
Definitely, Jason, definitely I will do it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Bobari.
Bye-bye.
Yes, thank you, Anish. Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Bye, Bahana.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah, bye, Joel.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
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 Yeah.
Bye, Kader.